Hey, what's up guys? A lot of you have been curious about joining Epique Realty. You're wondering if this is for you, if this is a company that you can really thrive at. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go over the top 3 questions that you should ask yourself before you join Epique Realty. And with that being said, again, I'll be quick. This is Travis Junty with the agent Collab. I am a licensed agent here at Epique Realty. If you would like to learn what it's like to be here at Epique Realty, all my information is down below. Let's have that conversation. And make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the little notification bell. Make sure you get notified anytime we put out new stuff, new content. And without further ado, let's move on before my kids get home. So let's keep it rolling. So first and foremost, I know a lot of people they're used to that brick and mortar office. They're used to going to the broker. So the first question is to ask her, are you okay with a virtual brokerage? Because, quite honestly, you're not going to an office, knocking on the door and checking on the broker. I mean, I know when I first started, thanks to my broker and all the staff where I was at Preview Properties back when I started in 2016, without them, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at today. I was in the office asking questions, knocking on the door. But today, that industry has changed. I mean, there's a lot more that's virtual. There's a lot more just phone calls and having those conversations. And what we've done here at Epique Realty, which separates us from some of those other cloud brokerages, is we've also added on another layer of support with the area leaders. They're paid by the company to help you answer anything that you need in regards to real estate. And those mentors are there as my support. They're as new agent support. There has everybody's support. So I can go to that area leader and ask any questions I have. I can have them come to an appointment. Like I'm having my area leader come to an appointment coming up because it's a avenue of real estate that I haven't quite gotten into, and my area leader has expertise in that. So that's something that's, like I said, the company pays them to do that. So yeah, the area leader will help with some of that in-person stuff, but quite honestly, you need to be okay with that virtual environment. You need to be okay with the Zoom calls, with some of the online training, because that's where a lot of it takes place. Number 2 question that you absolutely have to ask is, are you okay with a growing company? As you've seen in some of my other videos, we are a growing company. There are growing pains. There's things that aren't going to go right. You think back to EXP back in the days, and like I said, they started back in 2019, and they didn't really start catching that growth, catching that fire until kind of 2016, 2017, as agents started to catch on. And they had a heck of a lot of growing pains. Those agents would tell you all about it. It's the same thing that we have here. Sure, I mean, there might not be as many growing pains because, they kind of paved the way for some of that stuff. And there are some things that are difficult, right? But with that, they are a nimble company. I don't know if that's the word, nimble, mobile, whatever it is. They are making those changes. They see those pains and they're making the changes where they see fit. They're adding the staff to help with some of the benefits that they're bringing in. So all of these things, they're adding the help that they need. There will, quite honestly, always be ongoing changes. So you need to be okay with that. I mean, some of the things that sometimes it's hard to keep track of all the changes, and a lot of times we're being trained on new software. I don't see that happening quite as often. I mean, I know initially when we were at a couple hundred agents, it's just some of the software we had to change because they just couldn't adapt with our growth. But now that we're on that growth plan, we're on that growth strategy, there won't be as many needed changes on that path. When a company's in that growth phase, I see it as a massive income opportunity, a massive opportunity to be on that ride. Sure, there's always a chance of failure. There's always that chance that something's not going to go right. Us as entrepreneurs, we have to take that risk. The question is, are you willing to take that risk? So that's question number 2. Question number 3 is, quite honestly, are you okay with being with a company that's kind of, reimagining the real estate world? They're changing the industry, revolutionizing the industry. So if you think back, probably Remax, I guess they were kind of big on kind of that cap structure, sending a cap, whether it's 90-10, 95-5, or 80-20, whatever it is, 70-30. They were big on setting that cap. Let's say you pay in, $15,000, $20,000, whatever that number is, or whatever that number was when they started. I mean, they were big on the cap, where a lot of companies before that, they didn't have a cap. They had a structure that just kept on paying the broker for infinity. And then on came along, Keller Williams, where they adopted a little bit of that Remax structure, but what they also brought in was the profit sharing. That was a brand new thing, and that was revolutionary. Agents were just dying to be at Keller Williams, and they got that same kind of pressure from Remax agents or Coldwell Banker agents. Like, why would you be with this MLM company, profit sharing Keller Williams? It's always the same, and it's never going to change. People are always afraid of change, right? They're always trying to deny it. They don't want to be part of it. That's just part of it. But they were revolutionary in that profit sharing world of changing that. Then along came EXP. He came from Keller Williams. So Glenn Sanford, he came from Keller Williams. He wanted to make a change with EXP. He started that in 2009. So he took what Keller Williams had with the cap gap. He changed it from a franchise model to a cloud-based model, where now you're not paying franchise fees, you're not paying, you know, brick and mortar buildings. Now it's a cloud brokerage. And that cloud brokerage now allows you extra money for revenue share. So it's 50-50 revenue share off the top. That's been a tremendous model. And there's been others that have followed, you know, closely, whether it be Real or LPT and now Epique Realty. And now with Epique Realty, they've taken a slice of what EXP did and what some of these other companies did, and they made it even better. They started adding these benefits that really benefit us as agents. Of course, these other companies have some benefits to training and so on and so forth. Epique has that as well, but they've really changed it to a whole nother level where they're really revolutionizing the industry, changing the industry, you know, with some of the benefits that they have, and they continue to bring out those benefits. You know, with the revenue share being unrestricted, companies are already making changes to their revenue share to try to keep up with that. These are revolutionary changes, and I don't think real estate will ever be the same again, because we're going to continue. I mean, somebody else is going to come along and make Epique just a little bit better. There's always going to be these companies. Will you be a part of the revolution or will you not? But that's a question that you have to ask yourself to see if you want to be a part of that. Not everybody wants to be a part of that. Some people just want to be, you know, at a brick and mortar company. They want that local boutique broker. They think that it's a pyramid scheme or MLM or whatever it might be. That's absolutely fine. You can make that decision for yourself. But quite honestly, I'm still selling real estate just like I did when I first started. Nothing has changed there. You know, clients really don't know a difference. I mean, I've had clients ask me, it's like, well, your company's new. What is this all about? You know, and I just explained to them, you know, I'm an agent just like I've always been. I still do the same. I still treat you better. But I also tell them now, hey, now we're almost getting your house on a billboard. How about that, right? So I mean, and other changes as well. But there's things that some people just won't adapt. But those that do, they could have that extra level of success. And with that being said, I'm sure I'm getting a comment down below right now where it's like, oh, I'm at Remax, I'm a top agent. Yeah, and that's fine. You'll be just fine. I just, my idea of growth is just a little bit, it just expands beyond just real estate. It goes into the stocks, it goes into the revenue share, because that's where I see fit for my family, and maybe you see it for yours. Again, this is Travis Junty. This is the top 3 questions that you should be asking yourself before you join Epique Realty. Love to have that conversation. All my information is down below. Travis Junty, the Agent Collab. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, which is probably blinking down below there, and where we can learn all about Epique Realty and see if this might be a fit for you. Again, let's have that conversation. No pressure here. Until next time, we'll see you on the Agent Collab.